Dear Edit, what is your worst blind date experience? I got set up with the daughter of one of my parents' friends. I wasn't really looking forward to it. But I was on break from college. And she apparently went to school not far from me. So it wasn't like a lost cause summer romance type thing. They showed me pictures and said nice things about her. I picked her up from her parents' place. We were both home for the summer and was a little surprised by how pretty she was. The pictures had been from when she was in high school and didn't do her justice. The date was dinner and a movie. Dinner went really well. We had a lot in common. She was very grounded and down to earth. Cared about the environment. If I have a type, she was it. So as we're walking to the movie theater, I slipped my arm around her waist. She pushed me away and got all serious. I'm really sorry. Because you seem like a nice guy. But I'm a lesbian. I just went out with you to make my parents happy. Sitting through the Chronicles of Narnia with her was the most awkward 2 hours of my life. I once went on a date with a girl and this is how the conversation went. Huh? So what's your favorite book? Me. Tough. But when I was little I loved Jurassic Park. Her. Yuck. Jurassic Park. Me. The book or the movie? Everybody loves Jurassic Park. Huh? I don't believe in dinosaurs. Me. Fossils. Huh? I don't want to get into it but I think fossils are bullshit. I ended the conversation there and held on to the night. Until later on she told me, I don't believe in outer space and my head f***ing exploded. Do you believe in gravity? I wasn't feeling great. But decided to meet anyway. We met at a Belgian beer bar. She was gorgeous, fun, and totally into me. I felt a gas pain. So I leaned forward slightly to quietly relieve the pressure. I completely and explosively shat myself. The odor was immediate. I excused myself to the bathroom. But the damage was too great. I walked out of the bathroom, muddy panted, out of the bar, and boarded the train for home. The date was nothing compared to the horror of the following 3 weeks. Recovering from E. coli. I was set up by a friend when I was 16. He took me to the movies, at the mall, and awkwardly tried to maquillate. Then we sat in the food court and he asked my honest opinion of him. Which I mumbled something typical like you seem nice. Without invitation he then delved into what he thought of me. Which was attractive but could be really hot if I lost 5-10 lbs. Then he left me for a bit. Which was weird. And returned with a lovely gift. Full stop. Full stop. Creepy puppet. Some people's learning curves are steeper than others. Nervous teenagers are funny. As I read the original post a thought occurred to me. What if she was completely underwhelmed with you and decided screw it. I'll eat with my hands tonight. Just to see what she could get away with. I'm sure that's not the case. But I couldn't shake the thought. Holy shit. Mine doesn't even compare to that. Once went on a date with a guy from work, bad idea, who took me to Dave & Buster's. For one, an arcade. For those who don't know. During the meal, he said all of the following. I have a short attention span and can't date a single girl for over 3 months. I want to become a professional video game player. I want to train to be a professional eater. I don't want to work a day in my life. I just want to play paintball. He was 23 years old. And I was 20. Even I knew this was childish nonsense. Later on at the movie, he asked if I would pay for our tickets because he ran out of money on our $25 dinner at the arcade. How to make all of these sound better. I am super adventurous and love trying new things. I want a job where I rely on my ability to perform things quickly and accurately. I would love to be a food critic someday. I enjoy spending a lot of my time outdoors playing sports. When I was very young, probably around 12 or 13, an older friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go to a shop with him. I said I didn't have any problems with it and happily went along. On the way there he said he was meeting up with a girl and asked if I'd mind talking to her sister. Her sister was severely handicapped and in a wheelchair. Of course I didn't find this out until I met her. The girl then decided she didn't like me and proceeded to insult me. Based on your username, I would think you guys have at least one thing in common. She was mean to the waitress. It was bizarre. There's not much else to tell. It was just an incredibly awkward experience. I went back and tipped the waitress double under the guise of using the restroom. A date being rude to a server is a huge turn off. It's not really a blind date because I had met her on the bus I rode home from work. We went out to eat at City Walk and had a somewhat interesting conversation. Turns out she wasn't even close to being the same person she was when we spoke on the bus. Anyway, at some point while we're walking through the throngs of people, the police come right up to her and arrest her for shoplifting. I went home alone and never saw or spoke to her again. I was about 21. This girl in college, who otherwise was a pretty and smart girl, showed up with her little brother, about 17, with a peach fuzz stash. He had on a whiffer beater and looked like a little thug. We were going out to the movies and he tagged along. He sat between us. I thought I was being set up by those candid camera shows. Such a f***ing joke. To make matters worse, we had gone to see the Flintstones. Horrible experience all around. Luckily, he wasn't around on the next date and I proceeded to second base quickly. Whoa. She must have been pretty hot for you to stick around after she brought her little brother on the date. Huh? You go down on me. Then I'll go down on you. Me. Okay. 15 minutes and 2 or guess MS later. Me. My turn. Huh? Sorry. Life's not fair. Don't let my BF know about this. He's mutual friend and Redditor's cousin. They shared a house growing up. So I knew him well. Me. Foo. Stupid cheating CNT. He wore sandals with socks. I asked out the receptionist of a company I was quitting that same day and as a first date went to a Somali restaurant. She was nervous and seemingly shy to begin with. But when I said we're eating with our hands cause they don't have silverware, it got worse. It compounded further when the hostess seated us next to another couple. In this quiet restaurant, when every other table was empty, her dread was palpable. She ate self-consciously and seemingly struggled to speak even slightly. Mostly about her sisters and their marriage. We never saw each other again. But that's a f***ing awesome restaurant. Why the FCK do hostesses always do that? I hate that so much. I would say that's somewhat you're bad for taking her to a restaurant where you have to eat with your hands for a first date. That's something you do with someone you know better. She kept tripping me with her cane. Hey guys. Thanks so much for posting these. See? I've been married for 21 years. And on occasion we have fights. And sometimes the fights get pretty bad. I've come close to calling a divorce lawyer on occasion. But in general what stays my hand is realizing that more than anything I don't want to start dating again. I imagine Liz Lemon responding to all the comments in this thread. You have a sexually transmitted crazy mouth. Deal breaker. I think the dude who got Arphead would win this one. I met this girl who was an aspiring model. I live in SoCal. I was really excited about meeting her and on our first date she invited me over for dinner and a movie. When we sat down to watch the movie she stopped and told me she could see the colors of my aura. Now I have known her for all of 45 minutes and she says that her aura matches with my aura and we will be getting married. Short version. Now I am 24 years old and freaking out. But being 24 and she being really hot I stayed. Later she invites me to see her room and I notice this table with all these candles and strange things. I ask her about it and she ends up telling me that she is a witch who can cast spells. Then she started talking really strange about how she is a virgin and she wants to make sacrifices. Very strange, and when she left the room I went out the back door and jumped her fence and got to my car and drove as fast as I could. Thank God the date wasn't at my house. I met some girl online. We chatted about societal evolution and spirituality. Then we met in person. She looked almost exactly like her pictures. And was very chill. We drank some wine. Went to a jazz show. Then we went home and had some fun times before it got too late and we fell asleep. I guess this actually went better than expected. Haha. You are an asshole. Seriously. Full stop. Full stop. Full stop. And I'm really into astrology. Wait. What? Astrology. You know. How you can tell the future through the stars. Why do you believe in it? Do you have any proof? Well. No. Actually, I've never seen it work. But my sister believes in it. And if she believes in it, I believe in it. Check please. So either 1. You actually did this. In which case you are a huge prick. Who cares what she believes? If you don't want to date her, then don't. There is no need to be a tool and instantly go douchebag mode when anything different than your opinion comes up. Or 2. You didn't do this, but thought it would be much more appealing to be an e-thug on the internet. So, grats on your e-thug status. I generally tend to avoid dating blind people. Acute.